Iceland is a stable democracy with a high standard of living, and until recently, extremely low unemployment and government debt.
We had the complete infrastructure of a modern society. Clean energy, food production, fisheries, with a quota system to manage them.
Good healthcare, good education, clean air, not much crime. It's a good place for families to live.
We had almost end of history status.
But in 2000, Iceland's government began a broad policy of deregulation that would have disastrous consequences. First for the environment, and then for the economy. They started by allowing multinational corporations like Alcoa to build giant aluminum smelting plants and exploit Iceland's natural geothermal and hydroelectric energy.
Many of the most beautiful areas in the Highlands with the most spectacular colors are geothermal. So nothing comes without consequence.
At the same time, the government privatized Iceland's 3 largest banks. The result was one of the purest experiments in financial deregulation ever conducted.
Finance took over and more or less wrecked the place.
In a 5-year period, these 3 tiny banks, which had never operated outside of Iceland, borrowed $120 billion, 10 times the size of Iceland's economy. The bankers showered money on themselves, each other, and their friends.
There was a massive bubble. Stock prices went up by a factor of 9. House prices more than doubled.
Iceland's bubble gave rise to people like Jan Asgeir Jóhannesson. He borrowed billions from the banks to buy up high-end retail businesses in London. He also bought a pinstriped private jet, a $40 million yacht, and a Manhattan penthouse.
Newspapers always had the headline, "This millionaire bought this company." UK or in Finland or in France or wherever. Instead of saying, "This millionaire took a $1 billion loan to buy this company, and he took it from your local bank."
The banks set up money market funds, and the banks advised deposit holders to withdraw money and put them in the money market funds. The Ponzi scheme needed everything it could.
American accounting KPMG audited the Icelandic banks and investment firms and found nothing wrong. And American credit rating agencies said Iceland was wonderful.
In February 2007, the rating agency decided to upgrade the banks to the highest possible rate, AAA.
It went so far as the government here traveling with the bankers as a PR show.
When Iceland's banks collapsed at the end of 2008, unemployment tripled in 6 months.
There is nobody unaffected in Iceland.
So a lot of people here lost their savings.
Yes, that's the case.
The government regulators who should have been protecting the citizens of Iceland had done nothing.
You have 2 lawyers from the regulator going down to a bank to talk about some issue. When they approached the bank, they would see 19 SUVs outside outside the bank. Right? So you enter the bank and you have the 19 lawyers sitting in front of you, right? Very, very well prepared, ready to kill any argument you make. And then if you do really well, they'll offer you a job, right?
1/3 of Iceland's financial regulators went to work for the banks.
But this is a universal problem, huh? In New York, you have the same problem, right?
I'm on my way, I'm making it. I've got to make it show, yeah. So much larger than life. I'm gonna watch it growing.
What do you think of Wall Street incomes these days?
Excessive.
I've been told it's extremely difficult for the IMF to criticize the United States.
I won't say that.
We deeply regret our breaches of US law.
Here's a small town.
They're amazed at how much cocaine these Wall Streeters can use and get up and go to work the next day.
I didn't know what credit default swaps are. I'm a little bit old-fashioned.
I've been stretching my mouth to let those feelings.
Has Larry Summers ever expressed remorse?
I don't hear confessions.
I've had enough. I'm getting out to the city, big city. I'll be a big noise with all the big boys so much.
The government's just writing checks. That's Plan A, that's Plan B, and that's Plan C.
Would you support legal controls on executive pay?
I would not.
I'm on my way, I'm making
Are you comfortable with the level of compensation in the financial services industry?
If they've earned it, then yes, I am.
Do you think they've earned it?
I think they've earned it.
show, yeah.
And so you've helped these people blow the world up.
Oh, you could say that.
So much larger than life. I'm gonna watch it grow.
They were having massive private gains at public loss.
When you start thinking that you can create something out of nothing, it's very difficult to resist.
My bodies have all the big names, and I greet them with the widest smile. Tell them how my life is one big invention, and always around.
I'm concerned that a lot of people want to go back to the old way, the way they were operating prior to the crisis.
I had it made like a mountain range, with a snow white pillow for my big fat head.
I was getting a lot of anonymous emails from bankers saying, you can't quote me, but I'm really concerned.
Why do you think there isn't a more systematic investigation being undertaken?
Because then you'll find the culprits.
Do you think that Columbia Business School has any significant conflict of interest problem?
Don't see that we do.
The regulators didn't do their job. They had the power to do every case that I made when I was state attorney general. They just didn't want to.